job that's really hard to do. We just got the metal for 5 different jobs. Let's get into it. We are now ready to hustle on this Floyd Fest side. That's that giant ring that Tyler and I put together last week. And we've been waiting on some material so that Spike here can unleash his magic juices into the computer, which is probably not good for the computer, but we'll see. What's the plan?
Well, the juices are in the computer.
Right.
And then
wait, so the files are in the computer?
Yeah. You put sheet on, I cut sheet up, you take sheet out. You put other sheet on, I cut that sheet, you take that sheet. You make those sheets one sheet.
Let's do it.
I was the teacher. Pushing this one to the max. So I'm gonna need to line this one up pretty carefully.
Okay.
I also have a backup if I need to. I'm gonna shrink the whole thing by 1/8 of an inch. Not the whole, it's just the outer circle.
I see.
I
mean, how far did you push it? How close did you push it?
I mean, the design itself is 10 feet.
Right.
So each cut is 5 feet, so it's close.
So you've got 3/16 on either side.
Yeah. I'm maxing this baby out. All right, I'm gonna go double check the file and then I'm gonna send it. So, hey, don't do that. I'm already doing that. Don't do that. Okay, so this is the current logo for Floyd Fest. This year it's the Aurora. Every year they do a different theme. And then I am very into mandalas. I like drawing them on CAD. It's just kind of like my on board. I'm gonna draw them. And that also fits with the Floyd Fest vibe. They've had lots of mandalas and stuff in there. So that's what the bottom is inspired by. So we're gonna cut it right across the middle and then weld them together. So
it has to be pretty precise.
yeah. So we're gonna cut this half first, I think. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay. Oh man, that is close.
So what's the tolerance we got going on there?
I got like 1/8 on this side, and 1/16 on this side. Yeah. You know what? Let's move it over. Let's check the top. Oof!
I think no matter what way you slice it, it's going to be a close cut.
Yeah, I'm going to cut the top portion that has less cuts in it first. It'll be fine.
Around the outside.
Around the outside.
Spike's our man. If he can't do it, he probably can.
Real close. Look at the top and then that side. I got it real close.
Woo! There's nothing like having a rush job that's really hard to do. I was using a router bit that I got from, can't remember actually, but it has carbide inserts in it, so it's made for chamfering metal. And so going over the very ends, putting a chamfer on it, so that when we bring these two halves together, there's a chamfer for the weld to live. I'm gonna sand and, you know, de-dross everything, but I want to do those with this. And I'm just kind of trying it out. Normally I do it with a flap wheel or something, but you just set your depth and then go to town. We have a very uncomfortable task ahead of us. This thing has none of its own rigidity. It's very floppy. I was concerned about this even starting in the design phase. It's going to be one of those things where it's an absolute pain in the ass to deal with until it's all bolted up. This whole 10-foot circle, which we have in two halves right here, you know, our plasma cutter is not 10 by 10, it's 5 by 10, so we had to cut it in two semicircles. We've beveled the joint where they meet so that when we weld it and grind it smooth, there's plenty of weld down in there. And we're acetoning everything and then orbital sanding everything while the pieces are separate, and we can lay them flat on the table to do so. It's just easier that way because of the delay on the material, we now don't have time to take these to the powder coater. So I have to paint them myself now. And because of that, we're gonna start doing things early to help me prep for painting later, like wiping everything down with acetone. We'll take dirt off this thing in several stages. This is the first like rough stage, the most dirt that's on it. And after every step where we're grinding and cleaning and sanding, we'll acetone some more, and then when I go to paint, I'll acetone one more time. But now, other than welding these things together, which is probably where we're going to end up by the end of today, I don't have a 12 by 12 table here in the shop. So I'm looking around at all these little metal carts that I have, or any surface that I have, and I'm going to try to arrange things in this area and level everything up to the right height to where we can put the ring up here, the outer ring, and then the circle inside the ring, get everything flat and level, at which point we can start positioning our spokes, which will be bolted to the outer rim of the sign and come out to meet the ring, and we'll cut these to length and notch them so that they can be welded to the 12-foot ring. So that's essentially everything involved here, which is a lot. And a lot of this was made more complicated by the fact that the ring was not 10 feet. It ended up being like 150 inches outer diameter. So, you know, 6 more inches than 12 feet, 12 foot 6, which is enormous. It's huge. It's the biggest thing that, other than that huge helical sculpture, it's the biggest thing that we've made. There's a really tight deadline. So it is Wednesday, the 16th, I think, And Floyd Fest starts next Thursday. And we want to get this up there way before the festival starts. So I'm predicting a rather uncomfortable weekend. But this will be our singular focus all day tomorrow and all day Friday. I think we can get it. If we can build this whole thing in the next 2 days, and I can have Sunday to paint it, I think we'll be okay. But my day was fragmented, as was his. But tomorrow and Friday we can be completely on this. We'll see if we can get it done. That is a pretty wild deadline, and I've signed a contract, so.
You're getting something.
Let's hope it's not a box full of disappointment.
Nah, I believe.
Yeah. Good news is I'm so terrified of letting people down that I'll do anything I need to finish this project. Okay. What could possibly go wrong? You watch, I'm just gonna manifest happiness here.
There you go.
It's gonna be a hell of a thing. We're not gonna make any money on this job, but it's gonna be cool. No, you can cut that part out. We're gonna go okay. It's what the artists call a portfolio piece.
Yes.
I'm gonna get so much exposure, dude. So, we got something done today. So we kind of have a pseudo plan on how to make it stronger. I think we're gonna pick 2 of these weak points right through here where there's almost zero support, and run a 1x1 tube all the way up there, and all the way up through here. Because if you look this way, there's like this axis where there's almost zero metal left, and then there's this axis. So it wants to bend down real bad this way. So if we add 2 structural members running that way, it should do a lot for the overall floppiness of it. And it'll be hidden behind this vertical piece for 2/3 of the sculpture. And then everywhere it becomes visible down here, we'll just paint it a different color on the other side. So that should work okay. And we might do one dead center, we might not. Maybe we'll do those and we'll see like how rigid it gets. But if that fixes the majority of the wobble, then I'm gonna be much happier. And then tomorrow, once we do that and then flip it and weld out the other side, you know, we still got some more touch-ups to do here. I had some pretty bad contamination. I think the grease on the table was bubbling up through my weld and making it kind of porous. It's a sign. It's not like it needs to be ground out and filled in, but I'll probably still go over it one more time. So we'll weld out both sides, blend everything, and then then we'll make all the supports that holds the ring and the thing, and then we'll weld on the spokes. So we should be able to finish it by the end of the week, but it's going to be a long few days. So it's 4:30. That's enough for today. See you tomorrow. I started the day by hanging our beloved V4 chain hoist. And then I made a load spreader bar. I've got this piece of 2x2 that I welded some D-rings on, not only for this type of use, but for future use. And then I bolted it to the upper twomost holes in the sign panel. So I just got done welding these pieces of 1x1 to it. I'm gonna now pick it up and see if those added the strength that I was looking for.
That's pretty neat. Whoa.
It's good to see that it's reasonably, like it's okay being hung by 2 holes, so theoretically being hung by 8 is going to be fine. I'm not going to have to add too much more like strength to the backside of this thing. I'm not really sure why my cord ripped out, but I guess it was too short. You know, there's some important learning because we want to do more and more big, large-scale sculpture work. And what's important for us all to realize is what happens when it goes from the screen to here, and to be able to like properly think through like how do we actually deal with something this big.
It is.
I spent 2 hours this morning just to make a rig to get it in the air, and then I have to paint it, and I think I'm gonna have to paint it like this, hanging, so I can get to both sides. Before I paint it, I have to sand it and acetone it and prime it. God, I hate painting. I either invest in more hydraulics and hoists and stuff or more people. Big ring from the ceiling and then use the forklift to grab the sign and place it inside of the big ring and then just work around it, welding the spokes in place. The reason I'm looking like an idiot right now is because I was hoping I could just pick this thing up and drive around with it, but I can only get the ring off the ground once I stuff the forklift up in between 2 of the joists. This is really stupid and I look dumb, but I'm by myself and you're not here to help, so I'm doing whatever I want to do. So the general premise is, now that that's hanging, I'm gonna make sure it's clocked the right way. But I've reinforced the sign itself, so we'll just lift the sign up with the forklift and go inside that ring and just spend a bunch of time getting it centered and everything, and then I'll start welding it in. Let's see if we're straight up and down. See the cage?
Yeah.
The mic fits great.
It's actually sick.
This company sent us this like 6 months ago and we never did a video and I felt kind of bad. But this laser level is kind of sick. From a company called Sigman, which is, after a few beers, is my nickname. Sigman.
Sick man.
But it's got this cool green laser, CMSO2. It's got laser beam that way, laser beam this way. It's got 3 planes of laser.
It's also very visible.
It's okay. It's the typical green laser. If there's any light around you at all, it's kind of hard to see, but what I'm hoping is that I'm going to shine a laser vertically, and I'm hoping that that flange and that flange are in plane and not this way. If they're out, that's fine, I can move it, but
drifting practice paying off. Hitting them tight corners. What?
Alright, well, so it's clear I need to do a single pick point because the floor is not level. So if I'm picking it up with 2 forks and I'm like this, it's gonna tilt it. That thing's enormous. I think what I'm going to do is take this chain hoist here, hang it in the very middle so that it'll be balanced, and then I can very precisely change the height up and down. And then we can pull the forklift away from it and see how it looks. You'll be shocked to know it's not a perfect circle. My gap is 13.5 top and bottom and 12 left to right. So it's being stretched, which makes sense because it's hanging from the top. What I need to do is put my floor jack underneath the bottom to bring it back into round. I think that's what we call in the industry good enough. Does it pass the eyeball test? You're a graphic designer. How does that hard to look? You'll see how it's got more margin on the top and bottom than it does on the left and right. Do you see that?
I do, but I also think it's going to self-correct a little bit when you actually aren't hanging it.
Right.
Regardless of having the...
Yeah. And the holes on the spokes are huge, so there's a lot of movement. It's level. I think we got to celebrate our wins when we get them. It's too short. Not by much. What I could do is bolt these on, square them up, and then those will tell me how far.
You need
I can do that all the way around.
Stretchy.
Yeah. Let's start by stating the obvious. I need a haircut bad. But look at that thing. Wow. I think my legs were cut a little long, the spokes, like on purpose, so that I could go back and notch them. But I got 6 of the 8 of them bolted on. I can't bolt the top 2 on because those are the 2 holes I'm using to actually support the thing. So I'll have to get these welded on and then take the chain hoist down, unbolt my spreader bar, and then put those up there. But I think we're gonna be able to pull it off, because now tomorrow I can spend the first half of the day welding it all up, the second half of the day cleaning it and painting it, and then it dries over the weekends. But that DTM paint needs a few days. It's really not technically cured for 4 or 5 days, but 3 days should be okay. So I think the plan is, it's Thursday. Plan is to go up the mountain with it on Tuesday of next week. Hair of our
nice
chinny
feeling.
chin chin. Very big thing. I'm 6'7". That should put it in perspective a little bit. That does it for today. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Getting there. Got half of the spokes fully welded, two more partially welded, and once I finish those 5 and 6, then I'll unbolt my spreader bar at the top and weld those last 2 on. So it's 10:45. I think by lunch I should have this thing welded up. The one thing I got to do that I forgot about, I need to drill 4 holes in this face, and I need to drill 4 holes in this face, because the 8x8 that is coming out of the ground that this is going to sit in needs to be able to be screwed to that somehow. So I use our little mag drill over there and clamp it on, pop some holes. We'll see just how supported it is once I undo the straps up top. Onward and upward. Floyd Fest ain't gonna know what hit them. I'm gonna take the spreader bar off, take the chain hoist down, remove all this stuff out of the way, and then other than drilling holes in those boxes, the next step is to start cleaning it and sanding it and getting ready for paint. So I'm doing okay, because once the paint is sprayed, there's nothing I can do. So the paint can be the very last thing I do today, and then it just starts drying. I'm gonna take an early lunch is what I'm gonna do. Early by 7 minutes.
Hydrate.
I love to paint. Hey, before you get in the comments and you write anything about PPE or oil-based paint or paint gun settings, just know this, and I mean this with my entire heart, I don't care. Yeah, my body hurts. Oh, look at that gnarly run, top left. That's a good one. Oh, that's probably because this fucking thing, this little nub on the air hose, this, I'd be fucking painting up and that would catch on the fucking ladder and stop my paint gun and just like, yeah. Dude, I'm guarantee you that's what that was. And that's, I think, I yelled a few times and that was one of them. Well, like, fuck
just so you know, you can't see that run unless the light's on it perfectly.
Well, once it mats out, you won't see it either. But there's only one kind of paint job, Spike. It's a good one. I will not allow myself to do less than that, despite how quickly it will be covered up by other people's shit.
Today on Lift Art Goes to Therapy.
I mean, you can settle for less than greatness, that's fine.
Today on Lift Art Goes to Therapy.
I'm going to the bar.
I didn't say what kind of therapy.
Okay, the task for today is very simple. Put that on that. See if we can do it. The general plan is going to be, this comes off. So we're making a support structure for the white part of the sign, the center section. And what I'm gonna do is, that's a 10-foot circle. So I'm gonna steal the pallet from this aluminum. It's a 5x10 pallet. And I've got another 5x10 pallet outside. So what I'm gonna do is mount those to my car trailer at an angle, standing up at an angle, so that this big white piece has something to lay on, kind of like a music stand or lyre. Just a lean back thing with a lip at the bottom. Bright. That's a bright white.
I know.
Did it hurt your eyes too? Yeah.
This isn't going out next to the highway, is it?
Not far. it will be kind of like a beacon, a little bit. That's not going anywhere. All right. So we just gotta tidy up hardware, pack a few things, some ropes, some straps, a few basic tools, but good. Yeah, a few lifting straps, levels, pry bars, that kind of thing. All right, next time we see you will be tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. By the way, I haven't told you yet, tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. And we're gonna be up on the mountain at 9. See you there. We are minutes from hitting the road, heading up to Floyd on top of Bent Mountain, installing that behemoth. Today's the day. This is the second to last and last moment of truth. Will it make it? Will it fit? Here at Lift Arc, we are proudly supported by Arc3 Gases. Arc3 Gases has supported me for my entire fabrication career, even back when we were at Black Dog. All of our welders, all of our welding gas, everything came from them. And when I started my new shop, I knew who to go to. If you're anywhere near the East Coast or even the whole right half of this country or the entire country, because they ship, you should consider Arc3 Gases for all your welding supply, metalworking tools, and gas and consumable needs.
My favorite thing about any time a camera turns on here is that you can guarantee a generator or something is going to be on in the background.
Where are we at?
We're here at Festival Park in Floyd, Virginia. It is the day before Floyd Fest 2025 starts, and we are here to install the sign.
There's utter chaos happening.
Yeah, what's wild is that we are coming in to install one sign while the whole park is being filled with vendors, stages, tents, all the things are all happening at once, and we're just pulling in and be like, all right, can we put this somewhere? Yeah, it's gonna be rad. I'm very excited. One, I love Floyd Fest, but two, it's gonna be cool to have something that we put up here.
All right, so the plan is that we're doing it a little backwards than we originally thought. The timbers are not set in the ground, I heard. So what we're gonna do is bolt the outer ring together, and then we're going to put the timbers in it and lift the whole kit and caboodle up and drop the two timbers down into the holes that they dug over here. And then they're gonna tamp it all and pack it down, and I guess cross our fingers that there's enough of the wood in the ground.
Yeah.
And the ground's not soaking wet. But we have Old Faithful up here, that cat telling with. And they're closing this road off, so no one's going to be going in and out for the next few hours. So I think let's just assemble it right here with the top facing that way so we can get it with the forklift. And then I'm glad I brought a chainsaw because he goes, do you have a chainsaw?
I heard that, yeah.
And I was like, yep. So let's unstrap the rings and get them laid out. Sweet. So what's happening is we're putting this sculpture on the side of basically Main Street here at this enormous festival. Those that have been to Floyd Fest understand. Those that haven't, it's a big deal. It's like Bonnaroo level size, really. I don't know, is that an exaggeration?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So it's not. So it's not.
Yeah.
About a quarter.
That'll make them feel good. It's like Bonnaroo, but better.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, so we're gonna have to clog up Main Street, and so we're gonna try to be as efficient as we can. What we learned is that our structure is not able to be picked from the top edge and also bring with it these giant 8x8s. So we're gonna have to fly these in like this. It's gonna be real sketchy. We're gonna need to focus heavily on traffic control, people's awareness.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm already.
Yeah, Tyler can help control that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go slow. There's no way to go. Yeah, because the last thing I want is for that to fall on anybody. So.
here's my bet. One scratcher.
Is it recording?
Yep. One scratcher.
Uh-huh.
I say it'll rain as soon as we are done.
As soon as we're done?
Yeah. And rain meaning more than just like 1 drop per second.
As soon as we're done. Like, what's the threshold?
Like
last bolt?
Like as soon as we're all back in the truck.
Back in the truck? All right. I bet one scratcher that it's going to rain as soon as we're on the road.
Ah.
Forklift doesn't have a roof.
Predictions on when it's gonna rain?
At the worst possible time.
Okay.
I don't know. Fuck it, man. I'm out here to party.
We got 2 half believers and 1.
I don't think it's gonna rain. I think it's gonna hold off, and we're gonna be tightening the last bolt, and then it's gonna start coming down.
Okay, he's got last bolt. I said once we're back in the truck.
And I said once we're on the road.
He said once we're in the road.
I think once we're in the truck.
Once we're in the truck? Okay.
Yeah, sure. Well, also, that thing's missing. That about fell on our heads earlier. Woo! All right. Have we tightened any of it? No. No, they're just on there. Hell of a thing, boys.
Yeah.
Mike, you want to start marking that for the cut? Everything is in that box, I believe. So there we go. We're installed. Shout out to the ground crew. Shout out to the construction company that basically makes all this happen. There's people that work on this place year round, and the effort is obvious. It's awesome out here. It's a flurry of activity. It's Tuesday. Festival starts tomorrow and goes till Sunday night. So I know Spike and I are going to party. Walker's coming. Welcome to come if you want.
Maybe.
Party. But here it is. It's in, it's on, the concrete's drying. It's level probably, and looks a lot better now that the posts are cut down. Pretty sweet. So every year we'll get a chance to make a new one. We're already talking about ways to make the next one lighter. But shout out Sam and the whole Across the Way Productions crew for trusting us with this project. And that's it. Time to go party. Appreciate y'all. Like and subscribe if you're into that. Don't if you're not. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
All right.